Welcome back to NC Bassing. Today I'm on Mountain Island Lake. I really like this little lake. I'm trying to find somewhere to get my confidence up. Lake Norman got hit hard. I'm just sick of Norman. It's Tuesday. I'm missing the Tuesday tournament right now, but the way I fished at Norman last week, I know I probably wouldn't have a chance to win. Confidence is low right now after I really struggled on the big bass tournament. I mean, I really feel like I let everybody down, let myself down. I really feel like I should have done a lot better. I just didn't catch them like I wanted to, but I got confidence on this lake. I've only been here 4 times. But one of the times was like the best day, probably the best day I've had on GoPro. And these fish won't pull up the spawn. It might be a little bit early, but I think there might be a few on beds. They're dropping on the lake real quick. I mean, it's dropped almost a foot in the last 4 days. I mean, they're dropping it down because I guess that thunderstorm's coming, but this lake fluctuates bad on water level. I mean, it goes up and down. It's a small lake right below Lake Norman. Hopefully I can just catch some fish. I mean, I just want to have some fun. It'd be nice to catch a big one, but I really just want to catch some fish and have some fun. Try to get my confidence back up. I mean, try to get that bad taste out of my mouth from last weekend, just a bad weekend of fishing, but if we can catch them today, let's see how it goes. There we go. First fish of the day on the jerk bait while sitting there. Not big at all. I was about to crank the motor up and go, but this dock is so isolated. Secondary points, that might be key. That was a random cast there though. 59-degree water, so I don't know if I'm gonna see any beds or not. Probably not, but maybe 1 or 2. Might be warmer somewhere else though. But I might go upriver. I'm definitely going out down lake later, but I might go upriver. It's just sketchy when the water's low here. Fish. Had to get in the wind. Gotta be small. Tiny. Wind started blowing though. Yeah, this way won't come up. It wasn't really pulling. But there's way more largemouth, at least upriver, on the northern part of this lake than Norman. Way more largemouth than Norman, but there's still probably more spots for sure. They're more and more, they're taking over, but the largemouth seem to be a little bit bigger here for me at least, but I only fish here in the spring. I've only fished in the fall twice, but back-to-back casts, back-to-back dinks. They're getting smaller. A tiny little spot. Fish, little one. You can just tell when they hook themselves on the paws and they start going nuts immediately. Well, that was going to be my last cast, so I didn't catch one. This water is clear. See these fish way down. It's got me around the rock now. Looks like a big spot. Not huge, but had to go in the wind, guys. I've fished my 3 favorite pockets on this lake. Could not get bit in the pockets. And the water temperature still in the 50s. Found the very back of one pocket where it was 61, but it is windy out here. And I knew I'd catch dinks on the main lake, but here's a good one actually. Good spot. Gotta be easy with them with a jerk bait, tiny hooks. It's gotta be tiring out by now. we go. That's the size we're looking for. Obviously he's pre-spawned too. Just lost one about 4 casts ago. I was really trying to make sure I catch one off this bridge. And that one might go 3. Good one. I would have loved to have him in the big bass. Still in the main lake. I got here about 2 weeks early. If I can't hear me with this 15 mile per hour wind, what I thought. 324. 326. There we go. Oh, he's tiny. You know, immediately they're tiny, you know they're tiny. They all feel big on the jerk bait. I know these are all over the main lake. Now this lake gets the reputation for a dink lake. All these trucks going by, you guys probably can't hear me, but I'm starting to see why they call it a dink lake now. I just always go when the fish are on beds. God, another dink. So there's a chance at a big one out here at least. He feels tiny. Well, a lot of these on jerkbait. Golly, that was kind of cool. He ate it as it was coming out of the water. Red eye spot. Get off. They're tiny. Camera wasn't going on that one. Little fat guy. These little guys are full of bait, I'm sure, but they might be full of eggs. Pretty sure spots spawn when they're little. Thing's fat. Third fish. Let's get this one on, please. They're stacked right here, I think. He's still smaller, of course. Lasting more drag. Yeah, I'll get the little one in. Maybe they're all small. It's all wrapped up and stuff. It ain't that bad. I think. This wind is crazy. They're right here in the shade. 3 bites and 4 casts. Man, this wind. While they're here though. On top of the head, they feel big. It's probably how I hooked the last 2 that pulled off. Hook them sideways like that in the current. It's not big at all. One big one and then a bunch of little ones. They're not even keepers. Oh, he's got it. There's a real spot, maybe. Maybe. Pull out the shaky head. He's second biggest. They finally got one on docks. I thought maybe main lake docks would have some fish on it instead of. Can't get bit on the dock in the pockets. I think that bite's gonna get better though. It's only 4 o'clock. It was way colder this morning. The warmer it gets, the better that shallow bite's gonna get. Only something over 14 inches, but not much over 14. Fish. Be a big one. Had to come back to the bridge, guys. Feels like a better one. Because it's got me around a rock. Okay, he's back. He's still on the rock. Ah. No, 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 no. I shouldn't have never took that angle. It could be small because he's just got me around a rock. Okay, I'm off the rock. Feels like a good one. I mean, feels like another good one. And he's not. He's just hooked in the back. How do I hook a bass in the back? Might have seen him, or I thought he was huge. How does that happen, guys? It's a largemouth. They'd be in the backs of creeks for sure. It's not how you're supposed to hook them. Man, I thought that was a giant. He hit me around a rock too. Hook them in the back, they're hard to get in. I caught a few largemouth today, but not where they want to be. I mean, as soon as I come back to the bridge, of course, I catch one. I probably frayed my line. I had fished docks, pockets all day. Main lake docks, main lake pockets. They're out in the wind on the main lake. I mean, these fish are still pre-spawn. Nothing's on beds. There we go. Oh, he's not big. I think he's big. And he's not. At least I can catch a fish right here. I am struggling everywhere else. I could have just kept fishing here earlier. I just left to try to find a different pattern. These fish should be on docks. I mean, it's been sunny since 10 o'clock. I've caught, before these last two, I caught one fish the last 5 or 6 hours. I mean, it's been dead. I can't catch anything off the docks. Golly, you get it while drilling in. They're just loaded, but I'll catch that one big one. And nothing but tiny ones. Golly. Lost. Lews is tiny. Fun, but they're just not big. This lake is full of tiny ones. I don't know why they call this the Dink Lake. The big ones are upriver, mostly. It's kind of fun. God, that's cool. Hey, man, they're going to come shallow a little bit. I mean, it's steep bank kind of right here. Got one on the Mikey Jr. Love to get some on the Whopper Plopper later. Running out of time here. Lake is overrun with tiny spots. He demolished this thing though. Gotta be the same one. Well, that's probably why I miss them. That's the 4th bite I've had on this floating worm. One of them was a decent largemouth. Tiny. Might be a better one. Oh, that's a largie. Yeah. Decent. He's fighting. That's large, no. We will take that one. Probably the 2nd biggest fish today. This looks like the one that took my worm right there. That had pre-spawner. Oh, that's a solid one there. Could have used him for a picture with that spot. Let him go about an hour and a half ago. Shouldn't have kept them in the live well all day. I thought I could catch one and go with them. That's a pre-spawn fat largemouth. Another largemouth, I do believe. Let's fight like one. Yep, and I just hit a giant rock with the motor. He ate it. Probably not even keeper size. Glad to catch some largemouth finally. Well guys, that's the day. Mountain Island, I mean, I was here all day. I got here at like 9:30, 10 o'clock. I mean, I started fishing about 10 o'clock and it's 8 o'clock now and dark. So, I mean, it wasn't that great of a day. I went hours without a bite. I mean, I tried to sight fish, try to get these fish around docks, and not till the very end they moved up shallow, but they were on the bridge in the current with that wind, which is still a fun way to catch them. I just couldn't catch any big ones, but Mountain Island's an awesome lake. A lot less fishing. It does get a lot of recreational boat traffic, but a lot less fishing traffic, a lot less boat fishing traffic, unlike Norman. But it is a small lake, a lot smaller than Norman. Still had a good day, caught a good spot. That made my day. A bunch of small ones, maybe a couple of keepers with them. I definitely didn't have a 5-fish limit, but everybody calls this a dink lake, and I guess they're right, really. Water temperature's only like 59, 60 at the end of the day, so I mean, it's gonna get way better. I'll come back in like 2 weeks and probably catch them real good. This lake is awesome in the spring, but thanks for watching. We'll see you next time on NC Bass.